don't know why I just didn't use the Wi-Fi on the phone. Oh, okay. It's time for new chairs too. What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and McCain. We are back with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I had a nice little weekend. You know, it was actually, you know, at the block party on Saturday, it was so quiet around here yesterday. It was literally like...
Because everybody was hungover?
Yeah, hungover. It was a pin drop. You couldn't hear a damn thing. Nobody was outside. It was just beautiful. And shout out to those who was watching on the Instagram live. I was showing y'all what's going on. You know, every year it's an annual day thing where the drill teams from all over come and perform. And it was just a good time. And the guys in the neighborhood wanted to have a barbecue. And everybody just had a great time. It was fun. And I want to give a shout out to Miss Helen Brown, because they're saying like this is most likely going to be her last annual day, and she is the woman who created annual day. And yeah, so she has stage 4 cancer and stuff like that. So they were saying, you know, but something I found out today is that they're naming the community center after her over there.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's like her legacy will live on. So shout out to Miss Helen, and thank you for creating annual day. Huh?
If she passes, will you go to her funeral?
Yeah, and I think the whole North Philly's going to her funeral. Oh my God, yes they will. If you came to the first Scorpion Show barbecue that ever happened,
it was right there.
Yeah, you seen Miss Helen that day.
But she allowed us to have. Yeah, she allowed us to have our very first Scorpion Show barbecue
in the garden.
In the garden that she runs, and she lives on 23rd Street, right?
Yeah, she does. Yeah. So yeah, her funeral's going. Now that's something you're gonna have a big.
Yeah.
Because and then the Project Home Community, oh my God, like it's big too, and she's. Yeah. So shout out to Miss Helen.
Those are icons here.
Yes.
That did stuff for the community, and the community definitely respects and pays them back. And the fact, since I've been coming around here for the past 10 years, I think I've been coming to all of y'all annual days.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's my annual day too.
Yeah.
And I'm
sure acting like it. We ain't going in the house at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I'll be everybody's face, and when I say everybody's face,
yes, everybody's face. Yeah. I'm still trying to find out if he really did off.
No, bitch.
Y'all know he calls me.
I would have told you if that would have dipped off in that way with that one, but we dipped off to go handle some business.
Okay.
Not my
You handle his business. Just say something. I wouldn't have.
I dipped off with somebody, and Kevin, when I came back, Kevin gonna say, wait, I saw you. Mind you, Char, they said the same thing, like, well, who did you dip off with?
Okay.
What?
Yes.
I said, what y'all was watching me dip off? All these people at this block party, and y'all watching me dip off?
Hey, as you know, you gotta catch the hose in action.
No.
So, if you're watching the Scorpion Show for the first time, please make sure you subscribe. Everyone watching, please make sure you click the like button. Shout out to everyone who is a member of the Scorpion Show. If you are not a member, you become a member today. It's $4.99. Don't forget that this Wednesday at 6 p.m. we are having our members only live stream. We haven't talking to you guys in a couple months, but we're, you know, getting back in rare form. So we will see you guys at 6 p.m. The phone lines will be open. So if you have any questions, you just want to talk to us, or you just want to say what the hell is on your mind, please make sure you are at the live stream at 6 p.m. The link will be on the community page for you guys to all come into the room. Again, the link will be on the community page. So if you go to the Scorpion Show's homepage, there's a section there called Community, where you see a bunch of posts that's put up there. So all you have to do is click that link, and it'll take you straight to the live stream at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's Philly time, New York time, Miami time, Atlanta time. So make sure y'all there. So y'all know the biggest news story to come out this weekend was the passing of Arizona Senator John McCain. And it took over the news, and it's still taking over the news, and I think they will talk about him until he's in the ground this Saturday. As you all know, everyone has been leaving positive statements from President Clinton, former President Clinton, Obama, George Bush. I'm pretty sure that Carter Not Jimmy Carter. Yeah, Jimmy Carter. That's what I'm thinking about, right? From Atlanta. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't seen the statement from him, but everyone has been sending their condolences to the McCain family. It was released on Friday that McCain has stopped receiving treatments for his brain cancer. And then it was just like, I was like, okay, so that means he's going to be dying soon. But I mean, that shit happened like that, and I wasn't even, not that I should be ready, but I didn't think.
But you know, I don't think that, but see, we also have to remember that that was just a statement.
Yeah, he probably been stopped.
Right,
Yeah.
but we were just finding out that he stopped. Because I remember, I work and I see it all the time where family members are like, they are stopping and then it doesn't happen until days, sometimes a few weeks later. So it could have been he stopped earlier in the week, but the family just released that statement, you know, for whatever reason. But it's sad.
Yes, it is.
And I think I was telling you, him passing was like a president passing because it's big, and he's been a big figure in politics for a long, long time. The fact that he was one of the first Republicans to stand up to Donald Trump and not back down.
Yeah.
And never back down. Even in his last statement that he put out after he died.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to, I know he had a spokesperson read it.
And it was good because he basically was saying, you know, one of the things he said is we shouldn't be building walls, we should be tearing them down.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't be, you know, dividing one another, we should be coming, and that was definitely a jab towards the current president. But it's funny because, you know, usually when a big figure or something major happens, the flags
fly half-staff,
particularly on the White House, but on all government buildings, but particularly on the White House. And they lowered the flag on Saturday when he died, but Monday, which was today, right after John McCain's statement was released, it went back up. And that was only, what, a day and a half?
Yeah, but now it's back down.
But now it's back down because Republicans and Democrats have been coming at John Legend. Veterans
coming at Donald Trump.
Coming at Donald Trump. Veterans associations have been coming at Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So a whole host of people have been coming at Donald Trump, and now he has put out a proclamation where the flag will be lowered again, and it won't be raised until the day of John McCain, until he's in the ground.
Yeah.
But it's like, what the point?
We have a petty president, and to not even release a statement saying, like, have a full release, not something just on Twitter.
Right.
And you didn't even say anything good about him. I mean, you don't want to talk wrong about the dead. And John McCain has done a lot of good. And what does that say? Like, you're a Republican, he's a Republican, and for the Republican Party, if the leader of the Republican Party can't say something good about a senator who has passed on. And I mean, John McCain had friends on both sides of the aisle. You know, Democrats, Republicans, Independents.
You said
he has touched.
You don't want to talk bad about the dead.
Yeah.
It's funny because it made me think of, remember I was telling you about Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. How they hated each other.
Yes.
And when Joan Crawford died, they said Betty Davis said, Joan Crawford is dead. Good. Now, did you catch what I said? Joan Crawford is dead. Good.
I got you. Yeah, but you don't want to. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to hate nobody that much, but they did not like each other.
Yeah. And even if I didn't like someone, I just wouldn't probably. But if I'm the president, as a leader, I'm going to speak up. But otherwise, I don't have to say shit.
He does things his own way.
Yeah.
And it shows you that he's not taking advice from the best people like he has again.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the best people would have had a statement put out. Yeah. But no. But he put a statement out via Twitter, and that was that.
Yeah, and everyone else, like, they had statements from, because you know the White House leaks every day. They said Sarah Sanders had a statement, everyone had a statement, and the president decided that he was just going to go on Twitter and say what he had to say. Right. But now, they released the full letter.
Because he's getting...
Yeah, he's getting beat up by everyone.
Including people in his own party.
Yes. But this is who y'all chose. This is who y'all are afraid to speak out against, because if he tweets about somebody else running against you, they might win. Right. Because, you know, it's just horrible that you would not stand to your standards just because of who is the president, based on what you won't do what's good for the good of the people. Just like we have these mass shootings and the what's they call the NRA is in people,
the NRA.
back pockets, and these the lawmakers are afraid to make laws against, people who have mental illness and how they receive guns. Now, we all know that everyone has the right to bear arms and to defend their home. But if you have a mental illness, I don't think guns should be in the hands of those kind of people. And yesterday we had a mass shooting at a video game tournament. The last place you would think of, just like the last place you would think of is church or school or at a playground, is just these mass killings. And it was revealed today that he was hospitalized for mental illness. The person that did these shootings, he killed 2 people and he shot 9 other people. And the real sad thing is that I wish they stopped showing the stream of those 2 guys that were killed. They were playing the game, and it was on a live stream. And all you hear, like you see the guy, he's smiling because they're playing the game, and then the camera cuts off, and all you hear is the gunshots. And you can hear him.
Where did you see this?
It's all on Twitter. And then if they played it on CNN, MSNBC, like stop. But this time, like because their faces were on the live stream, they blocked out their faces. But I wish they stopped showing it because that's someone's last moment, and you don't want the family to see that. And
I didn't know that, Kevin.
Yeah.
But
it's bad. And I know the video gaming community is big, and I play video games, but I'm not that much of the best like I think I am. But those tournaments, you wouldn't expect someone to pull out a gun. Now they have to pull out all the stuff. Like if you're going to do this tournament.
But you know what? After that guy shot up that school with them first graders, and then that guy shot up that church. I'm not shocked at what they shoot up at all. What's a video game tournament is no different from a church or a school. You can now, if you can get the gun into place, I can expect it to get shot up. That's just, it is what it is today. And I'm sure people in other countries are looking at us like, how the hell are y'all allowing this to happen in y'all country? Every time this happens, y'all have these debates about gun reform, but nothing gets done.
Yeah, everybody wants, like it's always, you hear the Republican side saying, oh, the Democrats don't want you to have guns. Everyone should have a gun to defend themselves, but certain people should not be able to carry a gun. And if we need certain guns for defense, you don't need all kinds of high-power rifles to defend yourself.
Right.
Because some of those, the way those, the machine gun rifle, what's it called, the machine guns or automatic weapons, they tear your organs up. And there is no reason to have that kind of a gun because they're going around killing people.
Right.
But, back to just, to John McCain, it's sad that he's passing, but he's passed on, but he has left a whole legacy behind of, I remember his run against Barack Obama in 2008. I didn't know that he also ran in 2000, but I was watching.
He lost.
Yeah,
in the primary.
Yep, to George Bush. I was watching this documentary called "For Whom the Bells Toll." For Whom the Bells Toll, and it's if you have HBO on demand, I believe you can watch it on there. But this time they showed it on CNN last night. And it was just a great documentary. You hear words from Joe Biden, who was just really sad, like reliving the moments he had with him. Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, his running mates. I mean, the people for Congress. His ex-wife was even on it. They talked about the divorce and how he met Cindy McCain. Oh, they went in. And one of the things that John McCain said, he wanted to do it because he wasn't sure how long he would have his memory, and he wanted his story told the right way. So if you ever get a chance to watch it, please watch it. And
I like when people take control of their own story.
Yeah,
I love that. And I think I told you before, there was this actor years ago by the name of Fred Astaire. He said in his will that he did not, after he died, want any movies about him or anyone to play him in a movie because he didn't want anybody to inaccurately portray him. So therefore he has it so that no one can be able to play him, or because that's how he works. And it's true, because sometimes you see these these biopics and you be like, I wonder if that really happened? Or I wonder if that's really true. You know what I mean? And you don't want to put certain people in a light that is not necessarily good, or it didn't even happen.
Yeah, don't dramatize my life.
Right.
I had enough drama.
I had enough drama.
I don't need you adding anything all crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of drama, can y'all pray for me and my mom? Just pray. Because she's been very defiant and
than usual.
The word, it's like it's even
dark.
Yeah. Real dark. Yeah, we gotta get used to that sun not being up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it just got dark.
It's just like, now you just want to be defiant about everything. Mm-hmm. Now come on, like, you ain't gonna play with me like this. So just send some prayers up for me, please. Thank you. So yeah, if y'all want, it's all kinds of documentaries that they've been showing on John McCain, and you might be able to find some on even on YouTube. If you care to watch, go ahead and watch it. Just because if you are a Democrat and we're talking about someone who's a Republican, you don't have to be like, oh, well, he was a president, he did all the...
Yeah, but he was a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, one of the things that I most liked about him was when he got that woman together in 2008 who tried to come for Barack Obama. And she tried to come for him in a personal, negative way. And he grabbed that microphone from her and said, listen here, Barack Obama is a good man, he's a good family man. Me and him we just have differences in opinions when it comes to politics. But we ain't gonna attack him personally. That's not what we're gonna do. And he took the microphone from that lady and he walked right away. And I love that he did that because he could have did what this current president is doing and has been doing.
And
he could. And it's so funny. It's so crazy that since he's died, you look back at people like Joe Biden. You look back at people like John McCain. I even saw this clip on YouTube yesterday where George Bush's his twin daughters were being interviewed on The View last year. And they were talking about, they showed a clip and they asked the daughters if they knew what George Bush had whispered in Barack Obama's ear, which made him laugh at the hurricane event last year. And Bill Clinton was speaking and you could see George Bush and Barack Obama standing behind him. And George Bush whispered something in his ear and Barack Obama started laughing. And the daughters said, we know what he said, but we can't tell y'all. You know, it's not bad, but we just can't tell y'all.
Yeah.
But whatever it was funny. But I was looking at that clip of those three presidents, and I said to myself, wow, these are, even though people damn sure didn't like Bush, these are what presidents look like. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They come together, and they look like grown and act like grown men. And to think, I can't even imagine Donald Trump standing beside those men, because it's like, it'd be like night and day. The fact that John McCain wrote it out, and that's why it's good to write out your funeral plans too. Not your will. I mean, the will is important, but it's also important to write your own funeral plans, because if not, then people, your family or whoever,
because I got Aretha Franklin on this list.
Right, because they'll do whatever they want to do at your funeral. So if you write your own funeral plans along with your will out, you'll be, and then give that to somebody that you know is going to follow the rules, then you'll be A-okay. But John McCain specifically said he wants Barack Obama and George W. Bush. Mind you, these are two men who both beat him for the presidency, to give his eulogies at his funeral. Those two men. He could have picked anybody, but he chose those two men to give his eulogies. Not the current president. The current president's not even invited to the funeral. At least that's what I remember.
He won't be there.
But he put out a statement saying that he asked for Mike Pence, the vice president,
to be there,
to represent the president. Well, you didn't have to say it because you weren't invited anyway. And he made that clear when he was alive that he didn't want you there.
Yeah.
Because his daughter said it too on The View. That is true.
But why have him there?
Why?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why?
He had a press conference today, the president.
And I heard they kept asking him about John McCain. And he wouldn't.
Yeah, he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't say anything. Not even, he was a respectable guy, stand-up guy. He's a hero.
Nothing.
He didn't say nothing. He just did not answer the question. And then he couldn't work the phone on TV. And then, like, they had the speakerphone, because they were showing him in the Oval Office. They had this new deal with America and Mexico, some trade deal or something like that. And then while the president was speaking in Spanish, you know, they had the translator, and he's listening to the translator, and he's just sitting there so bored. Like, it was just bad to watch today. But yeah, that's our president, and that's the life we live. But if y'all ever get a chance, there's this show on Showtime called I'm the President, the Living President, or something like that. And it just basically is a cartoon about what's going on with this administration, and they go from week to week. My Cartoon President. I think you guys should watch it. And then
Literally My Cartoon President.
yeah, My Cartoon President. And then Sacha Baron Cohen has a show called Who Is America. It's something you can binge watch now because the whole season is over. And he dressed up in different characters, and he just shows you how gullible and how stupid some of the people who work for the White House are. Yeah, and just normal people. Just how dumb they are, and they were actually following his instructions and doing it. And guess who else was on there? O.J. Simpson. Why did I happen to watch this last night? And he was talking about, that's sometimes just for the stab up, you know what I mean. You know, he was trying to get O.J. to say that he killed Nicole Brown Simpson.
But how about that senator that he got on there a few months ago?
Yes, he took a bandstand. Y'all gotta, it's called Who Is America?
He had Dick Cheney on it too.
Yes, and I heard Dick Cheney was over it.
He was. He said, but how dumb are you to fall for that?
Dumb. And then you gotta think like you got a team, and nobody
thinking like.
Why would you pull your pants down and throw your ass to somebody?
Nobody in the background said no. Don't pull your pants down. This is being recorded, and then he got him to say the N-word too.
Yeah, that's it. Then
yeah,
nigga, get away from me or something. He was saying with his pants down. And then he was like throwing his ass down. I will attack you with my butt or something like.
And this is somebody that from down south.
Yeah,
they elected.
He left. He's he don't work there no more. I'll tell you that. He resigned.
I saw that on The View and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yes. It's stupid.
And Jordan was just like
gullible.
It's just
how?
The fact that you even thought, let me pull my pants down.
Because they're going to get away from you because you got your pants down. If they want to kill you, just shoot.
And he convinced them to pull his pants down.
Yeah.
That's a good way of getting them to stay away from you to pull your pants down, so he did it.
And last night he got these 3 redneck guys.
And called somebody a nigger.
3 Trump supporters to sit there and dress up as women and say that they're lesbians, and they went to the Women's March in San Francisco. And had them study episodes of the show Girls, talking about what's your favorite...
Golden Girls.
Girls. This show Girls with Lena Dunham. What's your favorite episode? My favorite episode is this. Episode 2, season 2.
These are Trump supporters that he had like they were lesbians.
Yeah, and to act like they're liberals. And then
and they did it.
Called Donald Trump all kinds of names. Things like how to pretend like you're liberal.
How are these dummies not? But you know what? He's going after the Republicans because it shows you how stupid they are. Because most of them are Republicans that he's interviewing.
It's crazy. It's called Who Is America, and then it was followed by My Cartoon President. And of course, I watched Insecure last night. It's too many good shows on. Basketball-wise, them shows I just talked about. Insecure, Power. Oh my God, we watched Power yesterday.
Was it good?
Bitch, I know you heard about what happened.
No, I didn't. Thank God. I didn't. Don't say nothing. Because I'm catching up on Snowfall. Season 2 of Snowfall.
I gotta watch season 1.
Oh, bitch.
I gotta see season 1.
Well, hurry up. Because it's good. But season 2... Bitch, that was one of the best shows that my coworkers
Richard was telling me about
me and Richard be talking about it.
Yeah.
It is so good. Now listen, my coworkers told me last year, Snowfall and Queen of the South. Snowfall overtook Queen of the South. I watched a few episodes, but I couldn't get into it.
I had to rewatch it a couple times too.
I couldn't. Snowfall just immediately because it's about the whole rise of the cocaine in
LA
in the '80s with these young black guys. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And season 2 now is really good.
A lot of killing.
It's not really killing. It's like how these people, these young guys, it's almost like you're rooting for them to do good even though they're doing bad. But then they're so dumb, well not even dumb, but they're young, and now they got the cops
working with them?
As like undercovers working with them, but they don't realize that they're cops.
Don't say nothing.
It's like, what is going on? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Now, I know some of y'all might be watching the story of Trayvon Martin, but let me tell you something. I get mad. I couldn't even make it past the first episode.
I haven't watched it at all because I'm like, I don't want to
make it past the first episode.
I don't want to relive it.
It's just a horrible story, and I just couldn't even make it past the first episode. It's sad. It's so sad. So that's why I definitely haven't discuss it because I can't watch it, and it's not something I want to relive again.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all, Serena Williams was also the talk of the weekend and still like the talk of today because the president of the French Open tournament in Paris, France, decided that what Serena Williams wore this year, her black catsuit, he said that it's inappropriate and it's very disrespectful. Now this is, I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying that women have to be respectful in the clothing that they wear, and what Serena Williams had on, the black catsuit, she can no longer wear that next year. And Serena Williams, like, you know, she just, when they asked her during the press conference, she said it's fine. These Grand Slams, they do what they want to do. And she said, well, I definitely don't want to be a repeat offender next year anyway. So basically, you know, she's just like, she's not going to go back and forth with them. Everyone who has been defending Serena Williams said, of course, that is racist. And, you know, they always find themselves trying to come at Serena Williams in any kind of way. If it's an attitude on the field, when she said that she's always getting drug test requests, because you know they can ask you to do a drug test at any time. But she's so far, I believe this year alone, she's had 7 random drug tests, and she's been speaking up about it. And some people, like, they haven't even called me not one time. They're trying to break down her race and catch her.
That's racist. They have, no, it's all right. Let's stay right there.
Okay.
It's race.
Yeah.
It's as plain as the nose.
Yeah, because she's covered up. She has a nice size chest. She has a nice ass. Serena has a big
also
body.
Intimidated that this black woman is built like a fucking buffalo, and they can't take it because their women are built like this.
It's as smooth as this table.
It's as smooth. Their backs go all the way down to the back of their ankles, and they are intimidated by that.
Yeah, and there's no reason to be. I mean, I'll probably be intimidated because that's the #1 greatest player of all time.
But the fact that y'all complaining about what kind of catsuit she had on,
yeah.
I mean, and she's covered up.
I want to know what she's
help
going
it
to
that her
wear.
ass is fat.
I want to know what she's going to wear for the U.S. Open.
Yeah. So what y'all want her to wear? Baggy sweatpants?
And they were saying that also that the compression of the suit that she wore was also helping because, you know, she had blood clots and stuff like that. So it was also a medical suit for her to like get to her.
But it just happened to be sexy. She didn't want to go out there looking like a medical suit. She wanted to be sexy.
It looks good on her.
You know.
Yeah, and she made it all the way to the goddamn finals. Wow. After all of that she's been through within the past 12 months. To still make it to the finals of the French Open, Serena, you fucking did that. Even though you didn't win, it didn't matter. You showed how far you could come and how far you can still go. Blood clots in the lung can kill you. We've heard this before with Serena Williams, and then we heard it with Vince, and we know how
blood clots.
Serious that was. Vince, yeah.
There used to be this reporter on NBC years ago. Oh, I'll never forget him because I remember I used to watch him on the Today Show, and he would be sometimes on the weekend. His name was David Bloom, and he died. He was covering. This is when the Iraq War was going on.
Oh, I remember that.
And he died. It had to be like in '03, and he died. He was covering the Iraq War. He was fit as a whistle, but they said that he had he started getting blood clots in his legs because in part because when he was covering the war, he would ride around in those tanks a lot, and his body was not, whatever the case may be, and he started to get blood clots in his legs, and before you knew it, they had traveled all the way up to his brain, and it killed him. And this man was here one weekend on the news, and the next weekend he was dead. It was like, what the hell is going on? And that was the first time I had realized how serious blood clots were, and that they're not just something that just sits. They travel through your body, and they're very serious. So whenever I hear blood clots, I say to myself, oh my God, because you know for a fact they can and they will travel if they are not treated and caught right away.
Yep.
So the fact that she has to even explain all this is just racist and sexist within itself, in my humble opinion. And I don't even like to use those words a lot because I don't. But let's call a thing a thing.
It's racist. It's definitely racist.
And I still think they're jealous of her body.
Yeah, and Serena, you know, Nike is Serena Williams' sponsor, and they said something to the effect of you can take the superhero out the suit, but you can't take the superhero out of the woman, or something like that. I need to find it. I know I tweeted it.
Regular. Something stupid, rather.
Something. They got a lot of retweets. I gotta find it. Yeah, it says you can take the superhero out of her costume, but you can never take away her superpowers. That's what they said. I don't know why I thought of that.
It wasn't stupid. It was
You
nice.
can move me off a diamond street, but you can't take the diamond out the hood or something. Remember how you used to say that? You can move out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. I thought it was something like that. But yeah,
That's very true.
Yeah, but shout out to Nike. You can take the superhero out of the costume, but you can never
I got a
take
neighbor
the
like that.
superpower. Yeah, anyway,
send her back down to where she came from because she's loud and she's ghetto. And her husband, every once in a while, when he sees people looking at her, he tries to, why are you so loud? Ah! Oh, she's so loud and ghetto. I even had her on my live one day too.
Oh no.
And people were like, oh my God, why is she so loud? Yeah. Very loud.
And we all know this weekend we're going to be...
Janet Jackson was on the radio show Whisper.
Bitch, oh my God, you're trying it. You're trying it. I don't even want to talk about that video. Because first
I only even said it because she just popped up on my newsfeed.
You know, because I thought he was talking about that video I just showed him about the ASMR thing. I didn't like it. I hated it. But shout out to Janet, she's doing her thing. Wait a minute. I'm tired of y'all fighting every week now.
Why the fuck did I not know you had a TV on that floor? I just thought it was a TV right there. He has two TVs in his room, and one of them just has a shot of the game that he obviously was playing. But then there's a TV on the floor, and the TV is actually on and it's wrestling. I did not know that.
Yes. Let me tell you, the reason why I have two TVs, first of all, this used to be my monitor for my laptop.
Wow.
But then, y'all know I'm a gamer, so Xbox used to have a feature where you can watch TV and play the game at the same time. But they took away that feature. So now, like when I get my time and I play the game, I need to know what's going on in the news. So one is locked on news and one is locked on the game when I play. Or like Netflix or something like that. So, yeah. So yeah, this TV normally, my desk is turned around one way and then the TV sits here and I'm working all of that stuff.
And he works.
Yeah, I work. I work. Damn. Where are my notes? I can't find my notes.
You do too much work in the day.
No, I had to do some stuff in my mind.
notes?
I was trying to, you know,
what did she
me and my
do?
mom been fighting all
Because you
day.
went there and then you stopped.
Yeah,
She just got you upset.
I'm getting tired of the bullshit. Point blank. I'm just tired of stupid shit. Like, really? I could go on about these niggas too, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm recording.
But you're not talking about them, you're talking about your mom.
And like, I'm just tired of everybody. Every fucking body. They all pressing my buttons. I just want to just go away because you know it's Labor Day weekend, and I think I might just
my family's
take
having
a
a
trip.
big barbecue on Sunday.
I might take a trip somewhere because I need a break. Ever since I came back from the mountains.
You need another vacation.
Yes, it's like, bitch, now like at first I was like, alright, I'm alright. I'm just glad that I'm doing this while I'm young, because for those when y'all older, first of all, you old, then your parents old, then you got to do all that back and forth. Oh my God, I'm just glad to be doing this job.
Well, luckily, good thing too, you got all these people here to help you.
Moving on. Aretha Franklin had no will.
Next.
The fuck?
Why on earth was she? And then
There's so many celebrities dying with no will.
But why?
I don't know. And they said that in Michigan, according to Michigan, whatever you have is passed on to your surviving children because she had no husband. So you got 4 children, 4 of them still living, and 1 special needs. So he's going to need someone to take care of him.
Let me just tell you this. Can I just honestly say I have not a clue of what her children look like.
But that's how it should be.
I know exactly what Patti LaBelle's son looks like.
I know he looks like too.
We knew from pictures of Tina Turner's kids when they were younger. And even some of James Brown kids. But I have not a clue of what Aretha Franklin's children look like. I didn't even know she had a special needs child.
Yeah, she never probably talked about that. But you know, she was private about some things. But yeah, he's special needs, so he's gonna need lifetime support. Now, I don't want the wrong person taking care of him and fuck that money up.
But then, was he in a home or was he staying with her?
I have no idea.
Because you know, the wrong person, if he wasn't in a home, the wrong person then turn around and put him in a home.
Yeah.
Not saying the wrong person, because I'm not going to necessarily say that, because sometimes it is a hardship for some people to take care of someone who is special, especially somebody with special needs. I remember when my pastor, his mother had gotten sick and she had Alzheimer's. She was still staying at home with his sister, but then when she had one of her legs amputated, the doctors and the sister was ready to bring the mom back home, but the doctors and them were saying, listen, your mother is not going to be the same. It's bad enough she already has Alzheimer's. Now she's physically disabled. She's not going to, you can't teach someone with Alzheimer's how to walk again, especially with a prosthetic leg. That's just not possible. So they were like, the best thing to do is put her in a home, and she didn't want to put her mother in a home because she felt like she would be abandoning her mother, which they didn't abandon her, but in her mind, she's like, my mother took care of all three of us, we're supposed to take care of her. But the doctor was like, you won't be able to do it, and you work, and you live alone, so how are you going to, you know? But it's sad because on one hand, it's like you want your family to be there to take care of their loved ones, but then sometimes it's like it's hard when you got your own life. And it's like, oh, how am I going to juggle this? And then you don't want to look like a bad child by putting your mother or father in a nursing home. So, but if he wasn't living in a home already, if he was staying with her, and if her other children who are okay, if they have their own lives, I don't know how that's going to
I have no idea. But then, because you really haven't heard anything about any fighting yet. No. But when it comes to money,
but that's because she's not in the ground yet.
Yeah. When it comes to money, all of those fur coats.
That's why she should have had a will.
Just the dresses and all. Oh my God! There's no way four people can agree on all of that. They're going to need someone with some sense. No. And preferably not even a family member
to be the lawyer or somebody.
You need someone who's trustworthy and that's independent to all. Bitch. Remember, he had his own thing on the side.
Yeah. A whole child.
20 years ago.
A whole child.
I remember that.
A whole child.
Yes.
No, not Jesse Jackson.
That was that.
No, I'm saying no, don't get him.
It's a lot.
Oprah. Forget Oprah.
Bitch, can you?
Or she can call Wendy
Williams.
Yeah, because that's when she got the interview.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. I know Wendy probably gonna be crying when she come back from her little thing talking about.
Wendy probably be at the funeral.
You never know. She just might. But Wendy be like, child, I don't do the celebrities all like that. I like to go back to my life. Because, you know, she talked shit about the brat, and then she was sitting right there next to the brat on the show. And Brat was trying to get Wendy talking about Wendy ain't talk about that. And then she was like, I don't have time to be friends with celebrities. All this and that.
Oh, you said that Wendy go in?
Yeah, because she said they make lunch money on Dish Nation. And then come to find out, you know, the brat's been on there for almost 2 years. And she's filed for bankruptcy. And Brat brings home almost $9,000 a month. But her expenses are like $11,000.
Well, was Wendy lying?
Well, hey, if I'm only making $9,000
and my expenses are $11,000, I guess Wendy Williams wasn't lying.
But it is about 10 of them on This Nation, probably 7, 8, I don't know. But Ricky Smiley is the brainchild. It's his show. But anyway, I hope that Aretha families get it together. I don't need to see none of y'all fighting and none of that stuff. We heard enough about Aretha fighting with other female singers and stuff. They're being shady to them, like she did Patty at the White House. So I just hope that they get it together and are able to work it out, but get someone that's independent that can work with the family on how to settle all that. Because we're not just talking about money. We're talking about awards, clothes, houses, cars, jewelry. Oh,
they said she was worth like $80 million. I think I saw.
That is a fight. Yes, and then all the money coming in from the album sales, like
yeah, because you know when she died, her shit was selling.
Yeah, they said it jumped up by like 13,000%. So they have to be on it right now.
This funeral I went to for the guy at my church
the
other day, his wife had Aretha Franklin's gospel album Amazing Grace playing.
During the service?
Well, before the service started, and I was like, wow. I was getting my life. I mean, Aretha was in there singing.
And there will be, this is the last subject. It's not, y'all haven't been showing your ass this week. Bewitched is coming to ABC as a remake, and this time it will have an interracial couple. And the guy Kenya Barris, who is the creator of Blackish, this is one of his final shows since he's left ABC. This is his last deal that he had with ABC, because I think he's going to Netflix to get a good deal. Like Shonda Rhimes has left ABC as well. I'm not here for every show getting a remake.
That's because there's no great storytellers.
Yeah.
There's no great writers in Hollywood. So therefore, they're trying to remake everything. Bewitched is a classic. Let that stay where it was at.
Yeah. Let me give you the background. If my computer cuts off.
The background of what? Why they're doing this?
Yes. They're saying that... No, let me give you the plot. The new show, I already told you who's going to be written by. The story of Samantha is a hard-working black single mom who happens to be a witch, marries Darren, a white mortal who happens to be a bit of a slacker. They struggle to navigate their differences as she discovers that even when a black girl is literally magic, she's still not as powerful as a decently tall white man with a full head of hair in America. That does not make me want to watch this show.
No. Because I'm trying to figure out, is it going to be a comedy or is it going to be a drama? Because Bewitched, the original, was a comedy.
Yeah.
I used to watch Bewitched when it used to come on Nick at Night. I remember the earlier episodes was a black and white, and then towards it then ventured into color. But no, I don't want to watch that. Yeah, they did make a movie some years ago with Nicole Kidman too.
Yeah.
I don't
think nobody seen that.
No. I don't think that was one of her flops.
I've been trying to watch that movie, The Women of Brewster Place, because it's
a classic, but it's not a good classic. I should have reminded
you. They cursed me out like, bitch, you never seen that. You gotta watch it.
Who, in the comments?
Yes. I got tweets, DMs, and
the fact that you've never seen it, because it used to come on, oh my God, I want to say PBS, but it used to come on one of those channels, one of them regular channels, all the time.
Right,
it probably was PBS. Like one of those channels all the time. But you know, like I said, you know, we kind of grew up, well, we did grow up a little different. Because in my house, we just watched movies. Like, we were introduced to movies. My mom introduced us to classic movies, and I had relatives who would introduce me to classic movies. That's why I'm such a movie lover. I just love movies. The Women of Brewster Place was just one of those classic movies. It was never my favorite. And like you said, when you saw the clip of Oprah, wow, she looks like Miss Sophie. That's because it was made a few years after The Color Purple.
She looked just like...
So she still looked the same. It's no different. No. But it just was like, it was never, it's a classic film. It just is not, it's not one of my, like, it's not one of those movies that you're like quoting the lines.
How is it compared to like Mama Flora's Family? If you remember that with Cicely Tyson, Queen Latifah, Mario Van Peebles, Erica Alexander.
But Mama's Flora's Family is later on.
Yeah.
That's not, the Women of Brewster Place, I would consider Mama, but I wouldn't, but see, that's the thing. I personally would not consider Mama Flora's Family a classic. That's not a classic.
I love that show.
No, you love it.
It's a miniseries.
Yeah, but it's not a classic. That's not something that people talk about. Whereas though The Women of Brewster Place is a classic film. That's a classic.
So give me a miniseries that you will put that on the level of. Because I remember too many like miniseries that came on TV.
Classics. The Women of Brewster Place is a classic, just like Jane Pittman is a classic. Just like what's another? Just like the King, the Martin Luther King miniseries. Not, and there's been a bunch of them.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the one with Cicely Tyson and John Whitfield, or whatever his name is.
Paul Winfield.
Rest in peace, Paul. That's a classic too. Those are classic miniseries. That Mama Flora's Place, that came years later, and that's not.
I love Mama Flora's Family.
Yeah, but it's not in the same level as that. Like when you think of classic miniseries, you wouldn't dare put that in the same category as that. You just wouldn't, because those are classic.
That's like only
miniseries.
one of the miniseries that like I remember.
You remember or you watched?
That I watched and remember.
Well, then you got to what Mama Flores played.
Yeah.
Well, then somebody, I gotta find you some DVDs because if that's the only one you seen, then baby, you ain't seen none.
Cause I'm trying. I'm really like. Let me tell y'all. But let me tell you how I grew up. When I grew up, first of all, as a child, I ain't had time to be in a house like that. We were out in the streets.
No, I was
streets.
out in the streets too. You talking about somebody who lived in the streets?
I'm talking about.
We're not talking about. I'm not. No, I'm. First of all, 732 Jefferson Street and 308 Boston Street. I was out in them streets.
Yeah.
Okay. My mother and father didn't see me until the street.
Let me finish.
But what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying
I understand.
is it's not about being in the house. It's about when you were in the house with nothing to do.
So
you watch.
All right. So here we go. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
But see, also too, I noticed too, you a game person.
Yes.
I didn't grow up on games.
Let me finish.
Because I didn't grow up on video games.
All right. So this is. Let me tell you how I was. I remember from my project things. First of all, you went to school. Mm-hmm. When you come home, you do your goddamn homework. When you do that homework, while doing your homework, you had Nickelodeon and ABC, not Disney. Yeah, Disney Channel. So we watched Kids Incorporated, Power Rangers. That's when Power Rangers would come on every day after school. Tiny Toon Adventures, all of that stuff. And then you go outside and play. You eat, take a shower at bedtime. You might have watched whatever black show that came on.
Right.
Because I only watch black shows that night. And on the weekends, cartoons, video games. Right. Again, like if I watch movies, like we'll watch movies on HBO. Like I watched the fuck out of The Sandlot. Mm-hmm. There's a show called Stay Tuned. I used to watch that movie all the time. I watched those like family, anything that was black and white. I did not watch. So anything that came on TV, like what's that? Bitch, I'm changing channel. Mm-hmm. Bewitched, come on, I'm changing. Anything nigga at night when Nickelodeon went to black and white, bitch, I'm not watching that old shit. I was never into that stuff. Never ever.
But so, you know what's so funny? Because my mom was the type that not those TV shows, but I'm talking about those miniseries, mm-hmm. like the ones that we just said. When they would come on TV, my mom would say, "Oh, I want you to watch this," and I would watch it, and I would be so interested in it. And it wasn't like make you watch it; it was like watch it so you can
learn something.
And it's funny because you're naming all these cable channels that y'all used to watch, but that stuff didn't come on cable. Those shows came on, I think, PBS. So I guess y'all didn't watch PBS.
To PBS author and the kids they watch Barney or Little World.
Because Women Abuse the Place and all that didn't come on cable channels. That came on like public service channels.
Yeah, and let me tell y'all, when it was 6 o'clock, we used to watch Lifetime. This was Lifetime show, game show.
That's when Lifetime
Shop to your drop, supermarket sweep. Oh my God, bitch! Then Jeopardy at 7 and Wheel of Fortune at 7:30. Those were the days I remember. It wasn't all about those. The movie thing, like we went to the movies to see certain stuff, but
but just be prepared because I can imagine them coming at you because the Women in Brewster Place is it's up there with those great movies.
I'm going to rent it and I'm going to watch it.
I don't think it is. You may like it, but I didn't really care for it. I may have to watch it again. I do remember somebody getting raped or beat up. It was either Robin Givens, well, no, I can't say her, and that was when she was married.
Mm-hmm. They need to bring, it's a lot of, I would say we don't have a lot of like classic movies, but we definitely are doing the damn thing
Who don't have a lot
on
of
television. Like I would say, like right now with these movies that's coming out, I wouldn't consider them all like classics.
None of them are classics.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
None of them. But we have classic.
But we got good shows.
Shaft. We got Crooklyn. We got The Color Purple. We got Sounder. We got what else do we have? Oh Jesus! Don't get me started because I'm about to get started now. We have a ton of classic black movies out. We got Claudine. I'm guessing you ain't never see that. We got Cooley High.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. Well,
don't ask me a certain scene, but I have seen it. Okay. Because I always think of what's happening.
Claudine is a classic. You ever seen that?
Nah.
Bitch, when the social worker would come and they would have to hide all that new stuff in the apartment. What? Nah. What?
If it looked vintage.
It was the same as Cooley High. How did you see Cooley High and not Claudine? They both came out like
because it always reminded me of what's happening. I love the show like what's happening. Woo!
Now Claudine is a classic.
Yes.
Claudine with Diane Carroll and her and James Earl Jones was dating. This is in the 70s, so you know they both was young.
They were really dating?
No, they were in the movie. Well, Claudine was a single mother with all these fucking kids in this little apartment, and she was on welfare. And James Earl Jones, he was this trash man. He worked on the trash truck, and him and the two of them met one day, and then they started dating. And he used to come around, and when he would come around, the social worker would come around. They would have to hide him or he couldn't be there.
Oh yeah, because that's like I was in the project.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not had that shit.
Yeah, and then social worker, whose new stuff is this? Where you getting this new stuff from? But you ain't got no, you know what I mean?
They call that inspection.
So whenever the white lady would come, they would all be in the apartment hiding shit and this, that, and they had hidden places or whatever the case would be. But it's a real good movie. You know who played Claudine's son, the guy who played on Cooley High, but I'm trying to think of something recent that you may remember him from. Well, anyway,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. But it's a really good classic movie. It's another classic movie from the 70s too. Blackula is good.
Blackula.
It's like cheesy, but it's a good. You don't like horror movies, do you?
Not really, because I hate the sight of blood and all.
Well, back then in the 70s, the blood just looked like red paint. You know what's a good movie, but it's not a black movie? The French Connection.
French Connection.
It's an old movie too. It's with Gene Hackman and Roy Schneider from Jaws. You ever seen Jaws?
That's the shark bitch. I'm sure I've seen it.
I'm done.
I'm sure.
I'm done.
All of these old ass movies I probably seen as a child, but they didn't.
Good.
They didn't hang on.
They're so good. They're so good. They are. Because when you watch a lot of those classic movies and you compare them to the movies of today, you be like, these storylines of today have nothing on these old movies. They have nothing on them. No wonder why they be making every fucking thing now.
Yeah. And they are remaking a movie, and I can't remember the name, and I don't know how I feel about this. It's a black movie, I think. But anyway, I can't remember. But listen, it's been good. I'm sure y'all can curse me out about other movies I probably have never seen, and I probably haven't seen it. But it's alright though. It's alright.
Y'all help Kevin out in the comments. Just leave some suggestions of what y'all think he should watch. Classic movies. And help me out too, because I'm sure there's a lot of black classic films that I...
And don't ask me have I seen the original Roots, because yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, we've all seen that.
Yes. But bitch, can you imagine somebody saying it happened?
Well, you never saw Button Brewster Bros.
No, but y'all need to watch the... I've never seen it. Never seen that myself. I remember Punky Brewster. Now, if I plays, does that matter? No, it don't.
Yeah, nothing to do with...
Yes.
Even though they all was out around the same time. That was my show too.
Oh, God.
What?
Punky Brewster? Mm-hmm. My show was Small Wonder. That was my show. Small Wonder.
That's crazy how I remember watching those shows. And mind you, those shows were actually before our time. But they weren't that much before our time because they were only like 10 years before our fucking time.
Yeah.
But they were still on TV.
At the time.
And now you barely see them now.
No. They don't even show like
They don't even show them. But the fact that they were actually still on TV where they were a part of the TV lineup. Like it wasn't like a special. It was actually, it was just, they were on TV.
Yeah, syndicated.
Yeah.
And
like how Martin is syndicated, they were syndicated, and
that's how I started watching Full House when they got syndicated.
I hated that show.
Oh, bitch! What?
No, I hated that show. Now I watched it, but I hated it because I just felt as though, and to this day, it's just like with Roseanne. How when I was younger, I didn't understand Roseanne.
No, you know what show was better than I'm not Roseanne. Full House, Step by Step. That was better than Full House.
Yes. Now that I love. Step by Step. And Step by Step used to be a part of the TGIF Friday lineup.
Yes, it
Remember
was.
that? It was Step by Step, Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I was going to say Dinosaurs, but
they was some dinosaurs after a while.
But I thought that came on the weekends.
No, it was Friday.
Yeah, Dinosaurs. Damn, I'm telling my age. And that is, and mind you, that was when my grandmother was living, because we used to watch it. I'm about to start crying. That's not because we used to watch TGI Friday in her house because I was spending the night
and the mood is
oh my god! And she loved Hang with Mr. Cooper.
TGI.
And I did not like Hang with Mr. Cooper. I didn't think he was.
I didn't like Cooper till they started the reruns, the syndication.
Yeah, when it was, I didn't like it. She thought he was so funny, and she used to sit there and laugh, and I just was like, I can't wait till this show go on.
No, but I like the Raven's mom, and she wasn't on there after a certain amount of episodes.
The original, what the
Geneva,
yeah,
the dark skin lady.
Yeah,
she wasn't on it. Then became all about Holly Robinson Pete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a classic show. And then remember, Give Me a Break was on there. What's her name? PJ.
Nell Carter.
Yeah, Nell Carter.
Yeah, give me a fucking break.
Damn, bro, you're about to lose. Yeah, so I didn't think we would be able to pull anything out, but this is a good video. Go ahead, Tigers. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go. We'll see you guys Wednesday at 6 p.m. followed by another video this weekend. To those that are going out of town, please be safe for Labor Day weekend, because you know how some of y'all get when you get to the ATL. Strap it the fuck up. That's the only way I can talk.
Well, you won't be this, and it'll be fine.
No, you never know. I might just go.
Oh,
I told you I need a vacation.
You're a mess.
I know.
Take your mother with you, because they ain't watching.